Hello, dear friends. We haven't seen each other in a long time. My name is Mikhail Velcher, and today I'd like to tell you about a genius, outstanding, absolutely incredible person, Eddie Van Halen. About his sound, about how beginners can set up that sound using plugins. Eddie Van Halen influenced every guitarist you know. Even those who don't talk about how much he influenced them, he influenced them. Just trust me on that. This man influenced me as well. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He's been gone for quite a while now. I was just starting to make YouTube videos back then, and maybe that somehow influenced the fact that I'm here with you on YouTube right now. Here, inside this little screen, talking about guitars, cool stuff, and so on. Why is this video for beginners? Well, it's actually pretty simple. I didn't want to film all that stack and rack equipment. Although I have access, I could go to the studio and show you that expensive PV5150 head, which still costs. Just look up how much it costs. You'll be blown away. By how expensive it is, but that's actually how it goes. That's how it is in guitar culture. It would be really difficult for a beginner guitarist to put together such a stack, considering how much it all costs, how much Van Halen's pedal board costs. And to get that real original fully analog sound, it's practically impossible. But if you manage to do it, please write in the comments and drop links, even drop profile links. I'll check everything out. If you manage to put together a fully analog Eddie Van Halen stack, please, you're welcome to comment. To be honest, without any irony, I'm genuinely interested to see what you've done. So anyway, guitarists, here's what we see. I recorded a bit of this riff section to listen to. I recorded some tapping. Van Halen often played with tapping, and this can be used as an example for the sound. So let's look and listen to what's in the chain. First up, we have the Phaser 74. Why not the 90? The Phaser 90 doesn't sound like the MXR Phaser 90. Just trust me, it's not the same. But the Phaser 74, if you set it to 5%, that's 0.5 Hz. Right here, at the minimum. Very minimum. Like this. Let's listen to how it sounds without. I'm turning on the phaser. Same thing with tapping. Without it. Similar, but I'm turning on the phaser. This is the main thing Van Halen used. This is the phaser. But he used the Phaser 90. But the Phaser 90, again from MXR, doesn't sound like the MXR Phaser 90 plugin. Next in the chain we have Misha Mansour. Why didn't I take the regular PV? The regular PIVI 5150 doesn't have the modification like the real AVH 5150. Let's listen to what happens. Like this. This is approximately how the regular 5150 is tuned. And let's listen when I turn the presence knob. Do you hear how it's starting to sound like Eddie Van Halen? This is especially noticeable on the tapping. There, I'm turning it up. You don't need to overdo it. Somewhere around level 3. Misha Mansour's plugin is actually more suitable than some cheap free 5150 analog. Better not use it at all. Sometimes it doesn't sound like a 5150, and it doesn't have that buzzy top end. Moreover, when you create that buzzy top end, it sounds extremely unnatural, and nothing like an actual amplifier. That's why I'm generally not a big fan of plugins, but again, this video is for those who are starting out, and, I repeat, not everyone can afford to buy an amplifier for such amounts. That's why I decided to make this kind of video. For effects, I use the same one, Misha Mansour's. Delay. The delay here is set to 25% relative to the mix and 1.8%. Let's listen to what that sounds like. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. So it's quite long, but not intrusive, not infinite. Let's listen to how it sounds without it. I actually don't really like talking on camera, so let's charge up with some coffee now. So anyway, guitarists. Well, I think that's basically everything about the amplifier. You choose something similar to the PV 5150, and then it gets more interesting. So anyway, guitarists. Next I use Reaper's standard plugin. It's called Reverb. It's a regular impulse player. You can load delays here, you can load cabinet impulses, bass impulses, impulses of whatever you want. And here lies one of the most important elements of Eddie Van Halen's sound. It's his cabinet impulse. Here I use Eddie Van Halen Live Sound. I generally love tube amplifiers, but damn, how similar this is, at least after recording. When you listen to what you recorded through headphones later, it's so similar to a real amplifier that I'm really pleased. Anyway, this is what I use, sharing my secrets with you. And next we have Valhalla Vintage Verb. Here I use only 7% of the guitar space preset, so I'll probably show it like this. Here's where it's located. Very cool reverb, but don't set it too high. What, are you planning to fly off to space? That's basically it. Nothing else is needed to recreate that signature sound of his. And try recording this in a mix. You'll be pleasantly surprised at how equally powerful, equally cool, and readable it sits in the mix. Eddie Van Halen really came up with a genius sound for guitarists. I learned a lot for myself. Let me repeat once more. I use Eddie Van Halen's cabinet impulses specifically. Friends, thank you for watching me. I'll try to make as many similar videos as possible. Write in the comments what other videos about sound you'd like me to make. Maybe get some hardware to mess around with, record a review on it. This was very powerful, awesome, comfortable with you. Call me whatever you want, guys. Welcher Mikhail. See you later. No, well, I need to finish my coffee. It's tasty today.